Hi everyone, Vacha here from Recording Studio 9 and thanks for joining me again today. And in today's video I'm going to talk about a little quirk that I have with this audio interface, which is the Presonus 1824. I have a three-part series video reviewing the Presonus 1824, which I purchased about 3 years ago. You can certainly watch that. There's lots of information in there that tells you all about how the unit works. But in this video, I'm going to talk about that tiny quirk that really annoys me, and that's the reason why it's not sitting on my rack unit and it's not used on a daily basis any longer. I only use it for big projects when I need multiple inputs and outputs by combining the 1824 with my Focusrite Octo Pre, which is an ADAT unit, giving me 16 inputs, 16 outputs. But for tracking or recording, especially vocals, that's the quirk I have with it, and I'm going to tell you all about that. Now, before I tell you about the quirk, I should mention that, repeat again, that the unit itself is a fantastic, solid unit, 3 years on, and still serves me really well. I have not had any issues with it, and works quite well. Now, coming to the quirk, which may or may not be an issue for you, but it is for me for sure. And the problem I have with it is that the direct monitoring of its input on the headphones, whether microphones or line levels or any of the levels, is way too low. To get a decent level coming in and hopefully not too loud, maybe about -9 or -6 dB peaking, you adjust your gain. And when listening on the headphone, you gotta really turn the headphones up, like 3/4 way up, 3 o'clock at least, to get a decent level coming onto your headphone, regardless where if it's dynamic or condenser microphone, because you're adjusting the gain to get -9 or -6 dB. And regardless of any headphone that I use, whether it's my Presonus HD9s or whether in my KRK8400s or my Sennheiser 280 or my AKG headphones and many other headphones that I have for my clients, the issue is the same. It's too low for the level. Now, that may not be a problem, but as soon as you have your playback coming, your DAW return coming back as you are mixing the song and recording the vocals, they are way too loud. Seriously, a lot of the time I have to turn the master bus in Studio One or in any DAW at least -20 dB, if not more, to get the same amount of balance, so you're not blasting the client or yourself and the headphone with the line level music coming in. It's way too loud. Sure, you can use the universal control to adjust the DAW return into the interface, and that sort of works really well if that's the way you use it. But a lot of the times I don't even have universal control turned on. It's bypassed so that I have direct access to the inputs and the outputs. I don't need the universal control mixer, which for me it adds another layer of complexity into the interface that I don't need. So that's my quirk. And this is apparent in pretty much all of the audio interfaces from Presonus that I had, whether the i2 that I've got, the two-channel one, or my old 1818 VSL many years ago that I used to own, as well as the Studio Live 24 Series 3. You had to crank the headphone way up to get any decent microphone level coming to the headphones without overloading the input levels. So I hope Presonus can take this into consideration and adjust some of its levels so it's more balanced, so that you don't have to turn things up and down all the time, especially when you have a client. You're adjusting the levels up and down. It's really a hassle. You just need to have the quick access to it, turn the headphones up and down, adjust the levels, and away you go, which is pretty much the case with any other audio interface that I had, that the levels of the input monitoring is always balanced to the levels coming from the PC, from your DAW or any playback. So that's about it. That's I thought I'll just mention that to you. If you are thinking of purchasing the, well, now the 1824C, which is a USB 3 version or USB-C version of this unit, they have the same sort of quirk. So I hope this information will help you out to decide. Again, solid, highly recommend this unit for many home studio production. It's really great, except as long as you're aware that the direct monitoring levels are way too low on the headphones. And if you had similar issues or had other problems with it, or give us your experiences, comment below and share your information as well, how you got around recording and monitoring, direct monitoring, whether you had to do similar things with the universal control, if that helped you out. Comment below, or any questions, as always, leave them below, and I'm more than happy to read them and respond to them as well. Till next time, as always, thanks for watching and have a great time making music, and I'll catch you in the next one.